Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's today's Takes with Alex, and I am your host, Alex. Today we're talking about Passover, the ancient story of freedom, renewal, and hope that speaks to us all. That's right, Passover and the story of Passover isn't just for Jewish people celebrating, it's a story that applies to each and every one of us, because we all have our own personal Mitzrayim, a place of constriction in our lives that hold us back, that um, stop us, prevent us from being our best selves, living our best lives, and usually due to mindsets. Um, really, it's a mindset of um, hmm, being subjugated to something, being limited, believing that we are limited by something. So as spring arrives and the world begins to bloom again, many of us feel a natural pull toward renewal, fresh starts, and the simple joy of freedom. This time of year brings us one of humanity's most enduring celebrations, Passover, also known as Pesach. At its core, it's the powerful story of a people moving from slavery and oppression to freedom and dignity. But this isn't just an ancient tale from thousands of years ago. It's a universal story that speaks to every human heart about breaking free from whatever holds us back, choosing courage in the face of fear, and stepping into a life of greater purpose and light. Whether you've celebrated it before or are hearing about it for the first time, let's explore together what Passover really represents and how its wisdom can inspire us right now. And before we go on, it's important to understand that throughout the year, there's different divine energy, divine forces, divine, emanations. And we have Rosh Hashanah, we have Sukkot, we have Hanukkah, we have Purim, we have Passover, we have Shavuos, right? Throughout the year, there's different energies corresponding to different types of um, power, forces that we're able to tap into that help us on a spiritual and in a spiritual way tap in and dissolve different spiritual blockages. Everything starts on the spiritual, right? Everything emanates from the spiritual down to the physical. And so on our conscious level here where we are now living and you hearing this video, um, it's a we're operating here on a conscious level in the materialistic world, but it all emanates down from the spiritual. So the spiritual hashpah, the spiritual energy that comes down, if we tap into it and we utilize it, it allows for the different channels, the spiritual channels, to be cleared out, to be empowered, and for us to draw down this divine light into our material, physical, conscious existence here, and creating the possibility, the potential for us to manifest, to utilize that spiritual energy and manifest it in our lives and throughout the world. So, long ago, a group of people found themselves. Hold on a second, sorry guys, let me just make sure. Long ago, a group of people found themselves trapped in a harsh slavery in ancient Egypt. They endured heavy burdens, lost their freedom, and felt hopeless under a system that treated them as less than human. Then came a dramatic turning point. Through courage, persistence, and moments of profound grace, they walked out of bondage. They crossed the sea toward a new beginning, tasting freedom for the first time in generations. Passover remembers this exodus, the passing over of harm, and the birth of a free people. It's marked by a special ritual meal called the Seder, where families and friends gather to retell the story, ask questions, and reflect on its meaning. The holiday lasts about a week, during which people eat simple unleavened bread called matzah, a reminder of the haste, and humility of leaving slavery behind. It's a time of spring cleaning, both literally and spiritually, clearing out what no longer serves us. Beyond the historical events, Passover carries beautiful universal truths that resonate with every person in every era. At its heart, it's about freedom, not just physical liberty, but the freedom to live with dignity, to make choices, and to pursue a meaningful life. The story invites us to ask, what am I enslaved to today? Fear, old habits, limiting beliefs, external pressures? It also speaks powerfully to empathy and justice. Because the people once knew slavery, they were commanded to remember and protect the vulnerable, the stranger, the oppressed, the one who has no voice. You shall not oppress the stranger, the story reminds us, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Another central theme is renewal. Passover falls in spring, a season of new life. The unleavened bread symbolizes simplicity and humility, no puffing up with ego or the old leaven of negativity. It's an invitation for spiritual spring cleaning, letting go of what weighs us down so we can step forward, lighter and freer. And perhaps most beautifully, it's a story of hope. Even in the darkest oppression, redemption is possible. The journey wasn't easy. There were fears, doubts, and challenges along the way, but courage and unity carried them through to a better future. How can we bring the wisdom of Passover into our everyday lives, no matter our background? Here are 4 gentle but powerful ways. Number 1, reflect on your own freedom. Take time this season to ask, what am I ready to leave behind? What old patterns or fears no longer serve me? Honest reflection is the first step toward real freedom. Number 2, practice empathy and inclusion. Reach out to someone who feels like a stranger or is going through a hard time. Small acts of welcome and kindness echo the holiday's call to care for others. Number 3, do your inner spring cleaning. Clear out clutter, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental. Let go of grudges, negativity, or habits that keep you stuck. Make space for new growth and joy. Number 4, celebrate with gratitude and community. Gather with loved ones, even if it's virtually, to share stories of resilience and hope. Gratitude for the freedom we do have strengthens us to help create more freedom for everyone. These steps turn an ancient story into living wisdom that can transform our personal lives and ripple out into the world. Passover ultimately fills us with profound hope. No matter how trapped or heavy life may feel, freedom and renewal are always possible. The story reminds us that we are not meant to stay in bondage, whether internal or external. With courage, support from others, and a willingness to step forward, brighter days await. In our world today, we see with so many still facing oppression in different forms, this message feels especially alive. It calls us to be a part of the solution, to choose freedom, extend compassion, and work toward a world where every person can live with dignity. So Passover is far more than a holiday. It's a timeless invitation to embrace freedom, practice empathy, and step into renewal with open hearts. And as we move through this beautiful spring season, may its message inspire you to release what holds you back and walk toward greater light, greater purpose, greater meaning, a greater version of yourself. What's one area of your life where you'd like more freedom this year? Or what small step toward renewal will you take? Share in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your feedback. If this brought you encouragement and inspiration, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends and with your friends' friends, and hit the bell for more uplifting explorations for timeless wisdom. I'm wishing you all the best, a great season filled with freedom, renewal, success, hope, and more winning, okay? More and more winning. Everyone be blessed. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for support and thank you for your patience. I'll see you tomorrow.